Target is 94, Bravo, 65, 20 low. Everyone.
Hello there, everybody. Hello there, Angela. Hello, Twisted, Kathy, and everybody that's tuning in on Never Never Land and YouTube and Facebook and all of the channels we're broadcasting all over the country and worldwide. So, how are you doing, Angela?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. I actually had a visitation from some of the people that have passed on and didn't know they passed on, and it came to me in a dream, and was back in my own childhood neighborhood, at my childhood home, and then my neighbor, who I knew had a long time ago had passed away from a heart attack. He was there, and he just gave me a big hug, and then he also introduced me to a friend of mine that I went to school with, elementary school with, that has also since passed away, and I didn't know that he passed away, but he introduced himself to me, and he let me know that he passed, and he just wanted to say hi, and we hugged, and I hugged everybody, and then it was nice. It was a good experience, and I knew it was something from the other side because it was just so vivid and so real and so amazing, and it was a great feeling to get news that they passed this way, with them actually greeting you and telling them themselves that they passed on, and that they're okay now and they're happy where they are, and compared to hearing it from a friend of a friend on some family reunion thing, and they say, "Oh, so and so passed." I'd rather get it straight from the person who passed and see that they're happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's something. So, how much snow did you get?
I think about 8 inches altogether.
Yeah, we got around 8.5 here in Indiana. It's crazy. That's for sure. So it quit snowing. Is it still snowing up there?
It is off and on. The main thing was the wind. The wind was just howling around here, and you could hear it just howling all around the house. It was some pretty high winds with the cold. It's not a good combination whatsoever. Wind, snow, and cold.
Yeah, right. I know, isn't that the truth? It's one way to start off the new year, isn't it? So.
Yes. It's a refreshing new year with refreshing snow and ice and wind.
Yeah, right. So unbelievable. I was supposed to travel to Kentucky. Welcome, Lori. Nice to see you there with Curtis. I was supposed to travel to Kentucky, and of course, they closed the business I was supposed to go to. And Rita says, no, not snow here in Wisconsin. So that's interesting. So every time I think about Wisconsin, I think about cheese.
Me too. And They have cheese heads, right? They're I think with their football team, they call them cheese heads. They got the
right.
And I even saw somebody, they were at a concert in Wisconsin, and somebody brought a cheese grater into the concert, and they were grating cheese at the concert. I don't know how they got a cheese grater past security, but somehow they did.
So yeah, Curtis, I didn't know you lost your son New Year's Eve. Sorry to hear that. I've got you in line, Curtis. So if anybody wants to get in line for a reading, let me know. As we're talking, I'll drop you in order, and I may post some cards or use my pendulum. I don't know if that even showed up. A screen popped up. Try it again. Use my pendulum I got just to swing it. So sorry for your loss there. Welcome everybody. So Lori, I thought you was cooking something. So homemade fries and hamburgers. Interesting. But no, it's been a fantastic year starting out. But Lori says, be assured that your loved ones who have passed not only are at peace, but they're at home. And it's those that left that feel at loss. Absolutely, Lori. Lori, I got you in line for a random reading, whatever it feels about me. About me? About me, Grizzly? Oh, thank you, Lori. She's like, no, what the frig, Grizzly? I know she's talking. I got you. I got Lori in line. She's like, what are you talking about? I know about me, about you, Lori, not me, Grizzly, about you. I got you. But no, it is. And hopefully everybody has a blessed new year and many blessings that come to you and Godspeed, everybody. So what you got coming up this year? Anything interesting? Got you, Kathy?
Yes. So I think it's the 26th of January. I will be at the Holistic Health and Psychic Fair, and I will be going psychic readings there with painting the psychic portraits. And so I'll be doing that again in February and March. Well, not in March, I think April and May. So like all throughout the year. And I usually post those announcements on my Facebook page where I'm going to be.
Well, we may be doing those fairs with you because Mary and I are looking to probably purchase the aura photographer stuff to do your auras and your pets. We've been looking at all that stuff too. Does anybody do those at your all's fairs?
I think some of those. Oh yeah, I just think there's aura readers, aura photographers. I don't see aura photographers as much anymore, but I do know there's aura readers.
So I think we're going to go ahead and purchase the equipment. Maybe we've been talking about looking at it. Hey, Sydney, welcome. Nice to see you there. And because a lot of people are not doing it. And a lot of people's been asking for it. And it's very interesting. If you've never had one done, it reads all your chakras. And it tells you a lot of stuff about you. So
absolutely, I had one done when I was very young. I was like in my 20s, and that was very interesting. The aura photography. I had a yellow. There was so much light.
I don't know if it shows up, but as long as I got my green screen on, let me turn it off here. See your settings, virtual background, none. But here's one that Mary got done. Talks about her aura report. But this is what it looks like, and but it really goes in depth. So, and it talks about your auras and everything, and it's like I don't know how many pages. How many pages is it? 37. Like 37 different pages, and it shows you your auras on your bodies. So, and if you never had one done, it's really worth it.
Yeah, so, I've been able to see auras too, and certain colors. I kind of learned what certain colors meant just from reading people's auras, because I could see the colors around them.
I used to see auras, and remember last year it quit. But the photography, and we were looking at ones too about to do the pets too, because Sydney says, I feel like I dropped at the right time. I teach the 7 layers of aura and I point them. Yeah, see, I think photography equipment would be a great investment, Grizz. And it really is. It's not cheap.
But no, photography's not cheap at all. Not by a long
shot. The equipment is not cheap. The software and the equipment and the pads are not cheap. But like Sydney, she's got her own store, and we can go down there for a weekend and have it scheduled, and we can do, have it booked, months in advance where people can go down there and have it scheduled where we can go into her store and have it already arranged for her guest in her traffic. So, hi, hey, Irene, I was just thinking about you the other day. How you doing, Irene? But yeah, so we're really looking hard at that, and we're thinking about doing some of the events like you and offer that to people. So, because see, look, like Sydney says, she'd be more than happy to have that at her store. She's got a beautiful store in Kentucky. Oh my gosh, we got to have her on your show. Oh my gosh, it's a beautiful store. Lori says auras are temporary, the feelings, they indicate a moon, a time, not the future. But it's really interesting because it shows you different areas, and it talks about different chakras and you're right, Lori. It is at the time. Yeah, Lori, Curtis, we got blessings coming towards you. But it is. It's very interesting. I really got into the chakras a couple years ago, and vibrations and frequencies and all that stuff. But I really didn't get into it until I started seeing auras around people, and I didn't know what the colors were at first. Hey, Rebecca, golly, Happy New Year! Long time no see, woman. And I thought I was going crazy. I thought something was wrong with my eyes. I was like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, man, I'm seeing golden. I'm seeing purple. I'm like, man, something's wrong with my eyes. I'm like, man, I know I'm getting older, but what the frig? Shut the front door. But anyways, but yeah. All right, here. Let's start here. Yeah, welcome, Rebecca. Happy New Year. So the first
And
one up on the chopping block is Curtis. Curtis says,
And Lori, I do have a Facebook page and a website. My Facebook page is just Angela Bowley, psychic portrait artist, and you have to type the whole thing
yes,
out.
and I'll get your banner up. But he wants to know, do you have anything regarding to his son that passed on New Year's Eve?
I'm sorry for your loss, Curtis. Let's see. Let me say about your son. So the first thing I got was urus, and when as soon as I touched this, I heard "Stay strong, stay strong." And the next room I have, this is I was. So this is death, communication, regeneration. I'm actually feeling like he's telling me, like right now, that he's going through a time of regeneration on the other side. He, I actually feel like he's going to be communicating with you, but it's going to be a long time yet. It feels like it may even be a year or two down the road before he starts actively communicating with you from the other side. But he's saying right now he's regenerating, meaning that he is going through a lot of recovery. He's learning. It just feels like he is learning a lot that he missed out on, that he's learning. So he's actually going through a learning process on the other side right now. And he says, I'm learning about everything that I missed, but I've also, he's saying, but nothing is missed up here. Nothing is missed up here. So, like, anything that you've missed on earth in your life, your prior lives, you get everything back to you, and you can learn and experience still in heaven, where it's a safe place for you to experience and learn those things. The next rune I got is Yara. So Yara is the rune that represents harvest, but it's also 1 year. Okay, so he's saying, he keeps showing me purple flowers, and he's saying 1 year, 1 year. I got the impression that he's talking about that he's going to be seeing you in a year. There's something about flowers or purple flowers that I'm seeing. He keeps showing me these flowers. Okay, so there's some sort of, I know what these flowers are, but I just can't think of them at the moment. But these are flowers that I've seen them planted at cemeteries quite a bit, and they usually are like a big bushy shrub, and they can be purple, they can be pink. I've seen them different colors. I've seen them white, but I'm seeing purple. He says, I'm going to be dropping in and saying hi. I'm going to be dropping in and saying hi. And he's showing me again the purple flowers. They're sort of a light purple color. I'm asking what he's trying to signify with that. Okay. I don't think this is a hydrangea. No, it's not like that. This is like a trumpet-shaped flower. So he's, okay. I'm asking what the purple flower means. So he's saying that he's just wanted the purple flower to show you that he's, yes, he is on the other side. He's content to be there. He will be dropping by and say hi, but he is actually making me feel a great deal of joy. There is just so much joy that he is making me feel, because that's what he's feeling now. On the other side, he's very excited to explore everything that's available for him on the other side as far as learning and lessons and adventures. And he says, there are things that I need to teach you also from this side. I hear him say, expect me in a year, expect me in a year. So you can expect a sign from him in a year's time. He's going to be starting that communication with you. And I think I know what that flower is. I know exactly what that flower is. I want to say dogwood, but I don't think that's it. But it's kind
I'm
of
terrible with flowers. I'm not going to lie. So I was when I clicked on Rebecca, I was getting images. So I'll say that for Angela for her reading. But yeah, on that aura reading, because we're talking about, it can actually read your aura live, and it'll show you as your mood and your thinking how it actually changes. But yeah, next up, we have Lori. Lori Gibbs.
all right, Lori.
She says, "What about Grizzly?" No, actually about her.
Okay, Lori. Let's see what we have. Okay, Lori, the very first rune I get. This is actually Sowilo. Sowilo is success. It's the lightning strike. It can also be a ray of sunlight. Um, what I'm getting off of this is that you've got some really good insight. I'm feeling an aspect like you've got some good intuition. Like you get this spontaneous insight into things, and it just comes to you. It's like clear cognizance. It's like the sudden knowing, and you don't know why you know it. And you usually get that around people. Like you get this insight about people, and it's like, aha. That's definitely a gift that you have. The next rune I have is Ewaz. So Ewaz. Again, and actually Ewaz is saying to me, this is represents a journey. So Ewaz is showing me like the other side wants you to use your gifts, and they want to take you on a learning journey about this gift, particularly when you have this flash of insight. This is something that's being granted to you from heaven. Now they want to teach you how to use it and how to expand upon it and use it to help people. And they're going to use, and heaven wants to definitely direct you in that direction, and they want to lead you that way. So now you're going to be experiencing some more, every day. Yeah, more of that. Next rune, Feiyu. So Feiyu is money. It is wealth. But it can also be other things here. But what I'm getting from this is that it feels like there's a little bit of fun coming up. Like if there's a little bit of money coming in and you have a little bit of fun, like you take a short trip, like a weekend trip or something like that. But this is to prepare you to give yourself some time off, because after you have that little bit of time off and you have that little bit of fun and you're in that nice relaxed state, the other side is going to come to you more often. You're going to get visitations, is what I'm being told. You're going to be getting visitations because you're going to be going a very powerful spiritual journey where they teach you how to use your gifts, how that spiritual insight is just that clear cognizance that you have. It's going to be expanded upon. And there's like a whole other realm that you're going to be introduced to, a whole other level of teaching and application of their abilities and gifts. So you're going to be tutored from the other side.
So that's why I was hearing
she's planning a trip to Ireland. Woo!
I was like, well, I'm hearing bagpipes. I'm like, I was like,
yeah, Ireland.
Thank you, Lori. I thought I was going insane. I was like, man, okay. That makes sense. I was like, I was like, wow, okay. So, yes. Hello, Allison. Welcome to the show. Yeah, I was just like, I couldn't figure that out. He's like, I love bagpipes, especially on Amazing Grace. So, yes. She says, I am going. So, yes. She says, Lori says, do not kiss the Hey, Michelle. Welcome to the show. That's funny. Oh, my. All right. Next up, Kathy A. She said, please add me to the line.
Okay, Kathy. Okay, the first rune I get for Kathy is this rune. This is Isa. And I'm actually being told by this rune to tell you to take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. This is time to rest. This is time to rest. Pause. Make sure you pause for yourself. The next rune I got for you, it's actually a blank rune. So it's emphasizing the pausing part, that you need that rest, that you actually, because it feels like to me that your mind is busy. And it's like you've got a lot what I'm being shown, like there's like a lot of swirling around in your head. Like there's like spots that swirl around very quickly. And the runes are telling you, slow down. Take time from yourself to rest, to clear your thoughts and rest, and truly rest and have your time for you. The next rune I got is Dagaz. So Dagaz is the rune of the height of the sun in the sky. They're telling me vitamin D. So like needing sunlight, like literal sunlight. This usually represents enlightenment, but this rune is actually talking about literally needing more sunlight to help lift your mood and lift your spirits. And I'm being told to let you know that in your meditation to meditate on the sun and to visualize the sun and look into the history of the meditations of the sun and the traditions that different cultures have in their view of the sun. And the next rune, this is the Bifrost Bridge. And this one usually represents, this is Manas, and this usually represents intellect, humanity, but also the rainbow bridge from this world, the spirit world. And I'm being told by this runes, now is the time to focus on you, to focus on yourself, and slowing down. Focus on you, focus on what you like to do. Pause and just take the time to enjoy what you have now and find out what you like and pursue it. Take that time. It feels like the runes are almost saying you need to have a vacation for you. That's just about you.
Yeah, so true. Absolutely. And Natalie says, do not look directly into the sun.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Right. You can do a lot of visualizations, mentally, in your imagination, you see the sun, but there's also lamps that you can buy that mimic sunlight, natural light. So if you need that in natural light, I've seen people purchase lamps for that. I've got natural light lamps. That's what I'm using now because these aren't overhead lamps. I've got these
Really?
are supposed to be, yeah, these are sunlight. They're neutral lamps, and I use them for artwork because that because sunlight is considered like a neutral light, right? So all the colors that you're seeing are accurate under sunlight. And most lights are either red or they're in the magenta or they're in their blue range, and so they will
Oh,
distort
that's
the
right.
colors. So you have to have a lamp that mimics natural light for artwork, and I've got two of those, and this is the one I like to use, and this one only cost me like $20 or something. It wasn't very much, and they're easy to get, and you can certainly and anytime I feel like I need new light, I can get that. But I also used to have a lot of candles around too, and have a meditation and just have the candle there and just don't want to stare directly at the candle, but kind of just have it in the room and kind of appreciate the warmth of and the glow and the presence of a candle and meditate on that. And,
Yeah, Allison
oh,
says she
okay.
used to be a makeup artist. She's taking them outside to see the true color. And
Yeah,
Kathy's
it's
saying she's
awful.
taking a transatlantic cruise. Well, I want to go. Ah, all right, Anthony, come on down.
Right. Anthony. Okay, what do we have for Anthony Sabellos? Okay, so the first rune I got here is Pertho. So Pertho is a rune of luck, good fortune. And I'm being told by this rune is that we're talking about your future here. So the runes are saying we're going to talk about your future. So the next two runes are going to be dealing with your future. And so the next rune, and thank you, Lori, for that. And the next rune I got for you, Anthony, this is Ing. Ing was. So Ing is actually named after the god Ing. So he was a fertility god. So he's talking about this is like the fertility of spring coming back, the seeds. Also the male, the protector of the household, stability, prosperity. What I'm getting from this rune is like the strong sense of being secure, like financially stable and secure. Like you don't have to worry about a thing. Like you are secure. The next rune, Isa. Isa. So with this rune is telling me that once you've reached that point, you've recognized that you've reached that financial stability that you've been seeking, and you're solid, and everything's good. This rune Isa tells me at that point you need to take time off for yourself, take a little trip, take a little vacation for yourself, really and have a little bit of fun, as you're going to need that time for rest and to recoup for yourself, and you deserved it. You earn it. You definitely earn that rest.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I had a cough. So the next one is Rebecca. Rebecca says,
All right.
Angela Grizzly, is there a reason I'm thinking about my friend Sandy's daughter and son who committed suicide about a year apart? I know the answer. I'll let Angela answer.
Okay, Rebecca. Let's ask the room. So, is there a reason why Rebecca is thinking about friend Sandy's daughter and son who committed suicide 1 year apart? Let's see what the runes have to say on that. So the runes say first rune I got is Yara. It literally means 1 year. That's the rune that came up. So I feel like this is an acknowledgement from the other side. It feels like they're in communication with each other on the other side. The next rune I got is Feyu. So Feyu I have as wealth. It can also be communication. This represents the horn of the cow. Okay, what I'm seeing, I'm being shown two people meeting up in heaven, right? These are two people that are on the other side, okay? They have met up in heaven and they're planning something for you. So they have gotten together and they're planning something to you. So they're sending some sort of gift to you from that side, from the other side, like a gift, like a blessing. Right now, I see them in a field of flowers. Like there's like nothing but beautiful flowers everywhere, and they're laughing and talking, and it's like, oh, we're going to surprise, we're going to surprise her, we're going to surprise her, and it's going to be a wonderful surprise. It's just something that they're planning for you on the other side. Next room I got is Nadi. So Nadi's is the rune of, it's usually rune of necessity, dire circumstance, but it's also the rune of love, because represents the need fire. This is the fire that you absolutely need. If you're in a survival situation, there's the two sticks rubbing together to start a fire. It can also represent love. And I'm getting, what I'm feeling is love. I'm feeling a love aspect. So it feels like somebody is introduced in your life or comes into your life that is from these people from the other side that they have planned for you to meet, to experience a love and a comfort and a joy that you get from this person that they're sending to you. So they're setting you up to meet somebody from the other side that you're going to be meeting here. So they have that arranged for you as a gift.
Welcome, Nilda. So Rebecca says, I'd never met them. Is there is there planning for? It seems like there's a divine intervention going on. Is that what I'm taking?
Yes, exactly. So even though you may have never met them, on the other side are friends and family. There are spirit guides and people that cross over. They meet up in the same social circles. So they will get together and say, hey, we need to help this person. Do you know her? Are you connected to her? Oh yeah, I was related to so and so now we're here. Let's have a meeting about this. What can we do? Let's look and see what's going on. And so they will meet, and they'll come at a decision. And it sounds like what they're doing, they're actually setting a divine intervention for you. And this is something that relates to love, and it's something that surprises you. It's like somebody's going to come into your life that's really going to be delightful for you, and a very a pleasant surprise for you that they've arranged on the other side for you.
Yeah, next up is Nilda. Hello, Nilda. I got your pictures. So I'm glad all is well.
All right, Nilda. Let's see. Okay, the first rune I get for you, this is a different rune set. This is Ansus. So Ansus is the rune of wisdom, and particularly speaking wisdom. And I feel like what I'm being shown, as I'm shown that you know what's going on and that you know when not to talk. It's like, I know when I need to be silent here and just let this lie, even though I know what's going on and know when to be quiet. And this is usually speaking wisdom, but this is telling me that your wisdom is knowing when not to speak, when silence is best. Next rune I got here is Rytho. So Rytho is the rune of the solar wheel, Odin chariot, going across the sky, and it usually means a journey of honor and the right path. And I'm getting the impression, this is the impression I get, if you know the tarot card, the hermit that's walking around quietly and he's holding up a lantern and he's spreading wisdom just by his action and not speaking. And that's what I'm picking up for you. And this is what this rune is telling me. It's like you're like the hermit in the tarot card, where you are spreading wisdom by action rather than speaking. Right? You're not giving advice, you're doing. Okay. The next rune I got is Othala. So Othala is collective destiny. It is also the maternal line, DNA, family, inheritance, oneness with what they call the Orlog, which is universal destiny of the universe. I feel this is a very feminine feeling I'm getting from this, a very feminine feeling. I feel like you are very in touch with the feminine side of the spirit world, but particularly like the, how would you say, the divine feminine, divine female shadow side is what I'm being shown. Like, like secret practices, secret things, secret knowledge that women have passed down from one woman to another, down through their writings and through their daughters and through their lines. And it feels like you have access to this sacred wisdom that's sort of secret there, that's been passed down maternally from generationally. Um, and this is your influence. It's like this is your tendency. This is the reason why you are quiet and you teach your wisdom by doing instead of speaking. You don't want to share everything directly. You'd rather teach by demonstrating that wisdom. And if anybody comes to you, I feel like they'd have to swear to secrecy before you would tell them anything. Before I share this bit of wisdom with you, make sure you keep it secret and treat it respectfully. So, Nilda, you're very, very, very wise.
Interesting. Yes, absolutely. Let's see her next up, Natalie. She's like, hello. I'd like to know what am I supposed to be learning? What lessons at work am I supposed to be learning?
All right, what lessons am I supposed to be learning at work right now for Natalie? The first rune, okay, so the rune I got is Gabo. So Gabo is gift, but I also noticed that it can associate itself with trust. And I feel like it's learning to let go and trusting somebody else that they're going to do what they're supposed to do. I feel like you might be a little bit worried that you have to handle everything yourself in order for it to get done correctly. But learning to trust others is big here. And then the next rune I got is Burkana. So Burkana is the rune of the feminine, female wisdom, prosperity, healing, protection in particular. And I got, you're a very protective female. It's like your nature is that you want to protect everybody. You're just such nurturing. You're just such a motherly figure. It's like you want to be everybody's mother, and that's a wonderful aspect. But I'm being shown by this rune. This is Ing, and I talked about Ing earlier. Ing came up in a different rune set here. This is the male. This is the male counterpart. So this is fertility. This is prosperity. This is it's very masculine, this rune. But this rune is telling me that you need to balance the feminine. You have a lot of great feminine energy with some masculine energy, just so you're more balanced, and to incorporate that as well. So the masculine energy says, when the runes are talking about Ing, and when Ing comes back, they're talking about the seeds that everything grows from. So setting a goal, making sure that you plant the seeds, that you make the plans, and that you carry out those plans so that they manifest. So there's a call for balance there with that feminine energy, with that masculine, divine masculine energy as well.
Right. Absolutely. Allison says, a friend of mine transitioned, and I'm seeing an intense love for him and that he's guiding me. And he's also hanging with my dad over there. Is there anything he wants to tell me?
Okay. Look here. This is a different room set. Okay. Also with Ing too, I wanted to mention too, Ing also is the father. So if you're a very maternal person, also think incorporating um, the father aspect as well, like a dad, being the dad. So let me just go ahead and get this rune reading here. First rune that I draw for you, I got Uruz, and Uruz is saying this is more like endurance. This is more like fortitude, and I'm getting hang in there, hang in there. It's going to get better. It's going to get better when I see that rune. The next rune. Okay, so this is Yara. So this is where we get the word year from. This is also harvest. And I'm actually being shown like there's prosperity coming for you. There's prosperity coming for you in your future. And it's something that's being sent from the other side. So this is in your future. This is something that on the other side that that's being planned for you. Okay. This is, and the next rune I got here is Tiwaz. So Tiwaz is the rune of victory, its oath, its promise, and it's also pointing up towards heaven, to the North Star. I'm getting from this rune is saying that I'm I'm looking down from above, but you could always talk to me. I'm always here. I'm always here. So you can talk to him. Talk to him out loud, and he will hear, he will understand. He's always going to be there. He's made a promise that he will always be there for you and always will be watching and like support you on this side from the other side.
Allison, did he have a head energy? A head injury? Hey, Ryan Barber, welcome. Good night, Nelda.
I feel like my head hurts.
I did too. Waiting to see if Allison responds. It was a neck injury of all sorts, migraines. Yes, okay.
Migraines. Okay.
So, yeah, so he did. He is with your father. He is. Have you noticed anything in your house? Moving noises? Mary's saying some kind of statue. Yeah, because when I had my mouse over her name, my head was real bad. Yeah, ghost bell ringing in my ears ring. Yeah. So that's him. He's acknowledging, letting you know that's him. That's something he's letting you know that he is present. Uh, do you talk to him out loud? Do you have regrets or something? And it fluctuates in the atmosphere. Yeah, that happens when spirits around. I talk to him, my dad, a lot, out loud, a lot. Yeah, yeah. Don't stop. He hears you. Hmm. Well, when I see this, it tells me open your heart. That's why I was asking if you had any regrets. So I don't know what that means. Only you would know. So, oh, you had more time with them. Okay, on Earth. That's normal, hon. Yeah, that's normal. But he is around you. Wow, that's sweet. Sorry for your loss, though, hon. And don't forget, Angela's information is down at the bottom too. If anybody wants to have one-on-ones, oh, he's a guide me with difficult relationship. Oh yeah. I'm not trying to get personal here, But sometimes we don't make great choices in life, and sometimes spirit will try to get your attention to try to guide you.
Yes.
So, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Well, yeah, I get emotional too, so don't feel bad. It's okay. Let's see here. Yeah, my head was hurting real bad when I first hovered over Allison's name. Let's see here. Lori's asking. She wants to know if we're getting anything, if you get anything from Barbara or Steve. Barbara or Steve.
Okay. Barbara or Steve. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Allison. Absolutely.
Okay. Barbara or Steve. So Allison, get anything for Barbara or Steve? Okay. Let's see what the runes say. I'm not getting a name yet, but I see get this rune, which is Kenya's, which is guidance, which is light. I see, I actually see two people, like on either side of you, looking down at you, like, but in a protective and loving way. This is what I'm getting on here. It's like you have like two angels who are with you, are looking down on you, protecting you. It's very significant that you have two. I'm being told. Okay, so so you have two guardian angels, but they each serve a different purpose. Um, one is actually for your life choices here, and the other one, I'm being told, is for a life to come. So another life. So I'm not getting anything on Barb or Steve, but this is just what's coming through are these two angels that are on either side of you. And they're telling, one of them has told me that you're going to need to let go of this life, because what they're doing is that they're they're taking what you are learning here. Okay, you're just learning. This life is just a learning experience, but you're going to have to put it aside because you're being prepared for something greater in another life. So this is the first message they want to give across. And you said and probably Georgia. Okay. Let's see. So that's the first message that I got. I saw two angels with you. So the next rune, this is I was. So this is death, regeneration. Okay. I'm getting a sensation right here in the front of my head. Like swirling around my head. Okay. Okay, so I'm I see I see Georgia. I see Georgia, but she's rounding out the other. You have like other relatives that are around. You have a lot of relatives. I'm being shown like you have a lot of family with you, and it's like grown. It's like you have a lot of spirit family with you, and it just isn't just one or two. It is a whole lot of people. It's like you've got a crowd of people with you at home in spirit that are always around you, and they're cheering you on. And I keep seeing like Georgia leads them up again. It's like Georgia's in charge. Um, and I'm getting that what's happening is that every single one of them are needed because they need to prepare you for something bigger in your future. Now, and it's another life. So it's not in this life. So you have another life. Yeah, Georgia, she's always in charge. You have another life to live. So you have a future life. You're going to be coming back. So after you pass from this life, you're going to be reincarnated and you're going to have a bigger job, a bigger role in this life. And it feels like a leadership position. I actually see you as a man in your next life. And it's a big deal. It feels like it's extremely important that you're put in a high position for a very good reason. And then this life is just you finishing up for preparation for that. Okay. So Next rune I got is Langus. So Langus. Langus, and from this rune, and I'm getting also from your spirit guides, that this, not to worry so much about the rest of this life. The rest of this life is going to go smoothly and peacefully. In the next life, it feels like you're being called to something higher and of great responsibility and great importance. But once you pass from this life, and of course, what they'll do here in this life, the spirit world, and family. I mean, you got a ton of family that's right there that's supporting you from the other side. I'm laughing because there's so many, and they're all saying hi, and it's kind of funny. They're all like really friendly. Um, is they're all focusing on you. They are going to be giving you hints of what that future life is going to be. So they will be showing you dreams. They will be showing you hints. You'll be shown glimpses of that next life. They will be telling you about it. So that be prepared, because the next life is going to be very, very important. And I feel like you're going to be a male in a leadership position, like a governmental position, like either an ambassador or and what I mainly see is like diplomacy, um, and a leader in your own right. That's going to be extremely important.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Curtis, so you need to tell her that yes, that evidently he apologizes. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Did he take his own life or something? But he made some mistakes that he's sorry. But yes, he is, and he did love her. And that he's made some horrible mistakes, but he is with her and the kids. So I'm getting so many images from Lori and everything, and I'm trying to pick up on Curtis. But did Curtis's son commit suicide? Is Curtis still here? Thank you, Natalie. I don't know if Curtis is still here or not.
Yes, he said that.
Yes, okay. Thank
Yeah.
you, Curtis. Okay. Because the reason why I asked is that I fell asleep. It wasn't like self-inflicted or car wrecked. I fell asleep. That's why I didn't know. I didn't know what happened. So, yeah, okay. It was his son-in-law and his granddaughter found out. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, I'm sorry that curse, but yeah, absolutely. But no, but yeah, but there's Angela's information right there. And thank you, Little Twisted. Comes in and saves the day and slaps it out there in the comments. But also is out there at the bottom of the screen that's floating down there, her Facebook, email, and everything. Make sure and reach out to her because I mean she does all kinds of stuff, and get a hold of her. She's fantastic, and what you're seeing, it's just a snapshot of what she's actually able to do. So yeah, what do you think, Angela?
Another great show, and it's so wonderful to reunite people from the other side. And it was great to hear from friends I had grown up with. I didn't know it passed, and that visitation in a dream, and I get to hug every single one of them, and they're thanking me, I'm thanking them, and a great experience. And we'll all be together someday. We'll probably, everybody in the chat will probably all meet together in heaven one day, and we'll all have a meeting, and we'll talk about the good times we had.
Right, isn't that the truth? Well, everybody, if you need anything, reach out to us. You know how to reach Angela or myself. Sometimes I get behind on messages, but I do respond. Ask Curtis. I'm a little slow on the draw. But everybody have a happy and safe evening. We'll see you next week or actually tomorrow. So, but yeah, it's a fantastic show, Angela. Like always, it's always a pleasure having you on the show. And like we always say, from coast to coast, around the world, everybody, Godspeed. Good night. Take care.
Night.
Bye-bye.
Coming to a YouTube channel near you.